Comrades, welcome to the Quamfy Show, episode 27. This is the trashiest show on the internet. This time, this piece of trash doesn't wear his wife beater for some reason, and Tim's gonna attempt not to look all too dumb and stupid today. We had some feedback. We thought we'd bring that to you in the introduction. I think we made it. We received a hate mail, which is really cool. Is it you who does the Quamfy Show? Comes off as very trashy and ill-advised. A guy in a wife beater and a boring guy trying too hard. They actually give Quant a bad name.
Yeah, it's all on us. If we dump, you could literally blame us. But hey, I'm just trying too hard. I'm boring. So I don't know.
Anyways, welcome to the show. So what are we going to do today? We're going to have a look at Quant and some of their partners and their connections into healthcare. Healthcare is, as we said in previous shows, pretty big, and SimbaChain and Oracle have some interesting insights and partnerships in that. So we're going to have a look over there. And Martin Hargreaves was featured in Payment Expert on August 10th. Also really cool, and I think very good marketing. Also, LACchain is going to be part of the discussion once again, because LACchain is simply on everybody's mind, it seems. And there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of people who don't quite understand what LACchain does still, and what the differentiation is between LACchain, mainnet, which is live, and Latin American dollar is going to come next year. So we're going to go there as well for a bit. Quant price, we're going to have a look at that too. And Tim blessed us with his company today. He's back from vacation. Tim, how are you doing, dude?
I'm good. I'm a bit sleepy. Woke up at 5 in the morning Dutch local time. No, even earlier. Anyway, I'm just tired. Long day traveling back from Greece to the Netherlands. We actually landed in Germany, and then we had to travel back from Cologne to where I live. So that was an interest. Actually, the car travel took as long as the plane flying from Greece to Germany. That was quite interesting. But it all worked out, and now we are here. Yeah, just had a really nice, relaxing holiday. I couldn't resist the urge to look at my phone, especially with quant pumping. Seeing green candles just activates my monkey brain. Exactly. So yeah, well, I kind of spent time on quant, and I kept up with everything, even though I was on holidays. And it's looking good, and it's even better with inflation. It's at 8.5, something like that. Brilliant. That is bullish, guys. We're gonna make it. So how are you? How are you, Jarno?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. I'm also glad that perspectives have changed. 8.5% inflation a month or so back meant that the market dumped, and now we're 8.5 and we're up. So that's good. Yeah, everything is pretty okay here. It's a little bit hectic. We moved back into our little ghetto-esque apartment from the villa that we resided in for the last. I'm trying to up my vocabulary, as you can hear. I don't want to come across too trashy.
And ill-advised.
Advice. No. So yeah, it's a little bit hectic because Miss is gonna go on another trip for the weekend with a friend of hers. So we just unpacked. Now we're packing up again, and it's just a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, price is also nice. I think we're at 121 right now. Let's pull up the magic screen. And for the listeners at home, we are looking at CoinGecko. It just switched to dollars by itself again. That's 125 USD, and that's 121 euros. So if we look at the 7-day range, we can see that a week ago we were at 100, and so ever since since the 7th, we are ranging around the 120, 125 mark euro.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. Now, if we look year over year,
We are in the same area as last year, right?
I think we are August 19th. Yeah, we were kind of the same price, 128. And on Saturday, the 4th of September, we had our huge ass rally up to all-time high. Then it was the slow bleed thing. So we'll see how it goes. What the volume will do. It's going to be interesting. Regardless, everything above 100. Well, it's not ideal, but it's a lot better than fucking 40. That hurt, not gonna lie. That shouldn't have taken much longer, or it would have been really, really sad. Can't deny that.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
almost quit the Quamfy Show.
No, that's not gonna happen because of price. That's bullshit. Oh, by the way, if there's a lot of background noises, there's a 6-month-old baby like 4 meters to my right, 5-year-old daughter on the couch. There's a dog behind me, and Leon is still running around. Because it's a little bit hectic here, so apologies if there's any static or other interruptions in the background. Oh yeah, by the way, we have a couple of guests secured for the coming month. Next week, I'll be in Scotland, and we have a guest over there, and we have some plans for a very nice scenery or studio, if you will. We'll see how that goes. Not gonna spoil too much of that, but it's going to be a banker that we're going to be talking with, and we'll give more information then. We also made arrangements with Hungarian Horntail. It's going to be on the show. If everything goes well in a couple of weeks, not going to set a date because things can change. Would be terrible if all you guys have very high expectations and things are postponed or moved up. Well, moved up is not that big of a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we are working on more guests in the future. Well, you have excellent connections there for one, and most people are willing to be on the show, and that's lovely. So join this ill-advised trashy show and see,
with the wife beater.
Exactly, and we try our best to give the quant community a very bad reputation. We're doing our part. Good. We have entered the 8-minute mark, meaning that we can leave the intro and go to some actual ill-advised and trashy content.
What you see on the screen right now, or what you're going to hear from me right now, is a tweet by SimbaChain. And if you can remember, in the cards right now and in the description is a link to a video on SimbaChain. SimbaChain has been a quant partner ever since 2019. They provide software blockchain as a service to a plethora of different verticals. They work with the Ministry of Defense and a bunch of other logistical companies. Ministry of Defense is also a logistical company. For people that didn't know, their logistics is just crazy, crazy, crazy. But they are also in healthcare now, it seems. Because the tweet reads, over 70% of US health providers still use fax machines because they cannot effectively share #health data. #blockchain can deliver transparency, privacy, and security. Read our article on how we are taking the steps to change the medical industry. So, fax machines. This, by the way, is not from year 2000. This is 2022, August 5th. Obviously, links in the description. Do also like and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. Write a comment. We appreciate it very, very much. So now that's out of the way. So this is the Science Times. And the title of the article reads, Smart Contracts and Decentralization, the Game-Changing Benefits of Blockchain in healthcare. We're going to skim through this. I'm going to highlight some paragraphs. We're going to have a chat. So since the beginning of modern civilization, healthcare has been one of the biggest and most important sectors worldwide. In addition to being critical to the preservation of life, it's an inherently complex industry given the intersection of industry, government, private organizations, and patients with diverse care requirements. However, because of its complex nature, the healthcare sector is also riddled with inefficient, outdated processes and technologies, many of which could be improved using blockchain technology. In fact, more than 70% of US healthcare providers are still using fax machines to exchange medical information. This is just astounding, and I'm not sure if this is only the United States or if this is the case everywhere.
70%.
Yeah.
Okay.
70. So, I mean, for people that don't know, because a lot of you guys are pretty young, a fax machine is kind of like a scanner or printer, where you grab a piece of paper that's made from trees, and it's used to write stuff on. But if you have a medical file, everything is written down. That you still use those flappy things, those flap boards, and then you can feed that into the machine, and it will then dial through a landline with a telephone. A telephone is not this. This is not a telephone. The telephone has a cord to it, and you can dial a number. And
actually, you have to reply at the moment you're talking. You cannot think. You have to, it's like straight communication.
Yeah.
Like
it's real time. Now
you can't edit what you just said.
The fax machine is a phone number, so you need to know the phone number from the person on the other end, and it scans whatever you put in, and it then translates that to type of things, like with an old modem. Don't get me started on a modem. And they'll receive it on the other end, and there it then will be printed. And one of the benefits that a fax machine, quote unquote benefits, we're talking freaking 1990s here, has is that it actually prints the exact document. So you can write on a piece of paper, and you can then fax it to somebody else, and they have then, quote unquote, the original document that you sent. And that was pretty high tech, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So with medical information, I can understand if you want a file to be sent and doctors make notes at the hospital bed or whatever, it is written in most cases, because not all the hospitals have smart devices. So you want the original documents because it is medical stuff, and you want what the doctor wrote, and doctors have terrible handwriting and they can only read each other's handwriting. So fax actually makes sense from a reliability and a legal liability point of view, because it is, quote unquote, always the original document. But yeah, there are upgrades to be made. Article continues. The past few years have exposed many of the faults still present in the medical industry. Delivering healthcare like a well-oiled machine requires that each component functions properly. Supply chains need to be robust, manufacturing needs to be efficient, and health data needs to be secure, easily accessible, and managed in accordance with privacy regulation. However, these outcomes often aren't possible because of outdated systems and processes. However, in recent years, a growing number of medical stakeholders have started to explore blockchain technology as a solution to existing shortcomings. As a result, many new blockchain-powered technologies have been developed and implemented across diverse applications. So with the adoption of blockchain technology growing across different industries, the healthcare sector stands to benefit immensely from the migration to more transparent solutions. Companies like SimbaChain are leading this movement by providing intuitive, low-code platforms that make Web3 more accessible. Simba's cloud-based blockchain development platform allows anyone to build and implement Web3 solutions with ease. I read that line before. Notably, the company recently entered into a partnership with Equidium Health to build a global decentralized healthcare marketplace known as Equidium Exchange. I'll open this. We'll have a look at this a little bit later.
Equidium Exchange, never heard of that.
Where can I find that on CoinMarketCap? I'm sorry. With this project, with this project, SimbaChain and Equidium Health, a Web3 and blockchain-powered healthcare company that was formerly known as ConsenSys Health. That rings a bell for the FA.
Oh, ConsenSys.
Yeah, so they aim to significantly improve the delivery of health services. The platform will empower patients by allowing them to monetize their own health and health-relevant data. Moving on, I'm trying to find a solution. Yeah, I should have read this in advance. I'm sorry. Niels has told me, and I didn't listen once again.
We are ill-advised, so it doesn't really matter.
True. So regulations like HIPAA already define the need for a patient's ability to access their own health records and their ability to limit what other parties, such as insurance companies, see. However, current systems make this process slow and confusing. I can remember from a bunch of episodes back that there also was an article. Oh, was that about Cerner? We have a little bit about Cerner, a third one. Hold on. So Equidium Health is currently using Simba blocks to build Equidium Exchange. As a Web3 low-code tool, Simba blocks streamlines the development of decentralized applications. This functionality will allow, I hate this word, Equidium to deliver its health data exchange in early 2023. It has already facilitated collaborations with partners like Nokia Bell Labs, Microsoft, Intel, holy moly, and ConsenSys. Once established, blockchain-based applications like the Equidium Exchange can be used to deliver powerful value-generating features. For example, a solution that integrates zero-knowledge proof can be utilized to source patients for a clinical trial. Okay, that's really cool. In this case, researchers can filter patient health records using specific parameters. For example, if a study requires data from male patients aged 25 to 30, presenting certain symptoms, the software will only identify patients that fit these criteria. Okay, well, this sounds to us like it's like common sense, right? Why not put everything in Excel and then you can do the same? Or throw it on Wikipedia. You could just sort it there. But yeah, there's all these difficult things going on. The same as with the banks, as you guys most likely will be aware of by now. It is not so clear-cut that you can just switch it off, move to a new system. Everything needs to go on. The show needs to go on. And that's why the interoperability is so super important. Also, the security of everything. Internet is not suitable for the safe transfer of data at all. It's not suitable for sending money. So it's not suitable to send your medical records. I can remember when I left the Marine Corps, I asked how to send my medical records to my new doctor, because when I left the military, I needed to find a doctor in the civilian world. We don't have those nice benefits that the US and the UK and France, etc. do. And they were like, yeah, sure. Hold on. And they gave me like a stack of medical records of everywhere I've been and shit. And it was like all paper. And I'm like, okay, what's this? And that was 2013. There was email then, and there were like networks then. But they're like, no, that doesn't work together. We cannot simply send that. We're not allowed to. You need to give explicit permissions, and then you need to assign a specific doctor, and then we can have a secured transport getting arranged. We cannot use just another Marine to drive it over, because that is not the proper procedure for medical records. So then we need to get a kind of like a super secured special delivery kind of thing. It was just a shit show, but we can give it to you so you can bring it yourself. Like, okay, so that is what's going on with medical, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all will transpire. But one thing is for sure is it needs to be the highest tier security. It will require probably something like SAT or ODAP, so the secure asset transfer protocol with gateways and stuff, because you cannot simply send these things over the internet where everybody can just chip in. Well, maybe through VPNs. I'm not all too read up on that. But SimbaChain is in there. Big names, Intel, Microsoft. So they probably know what they're doing.
Yeah.
A little bit on the money side, the venture is supported by 6.25 million award from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, for the US Department of Commerce. The campaign's mission is to establish a rapid response medical goods supply chain marketplace and to advance data analysis to track future demand signals. Quote, ultimately, healthcare is something that impacts every individual, and blockchain can alleviate so many of the challenges our health system face today, with SimbaChain's mission being bringing Web3 to life for the rest of the world. Us entering the healthcare space makes natural sense, says Richie. I don't know who Richie is. So yeah, healthcare, we spoke about this a couple of times already, and there's a lot of money to be made. I looked this up a little bit, and I know for crypto these numbers don't sound all too impressive, but this is real money, not crypto money. So the US healthcare industry in 2022, an analysis of the health sector, healthcare trends, and the future of digital health. This is on Insider Intelligence, eMarketer, insiderintelligence.com/insights/healthcare industry. Some bullets. The US health industry is massive, with healthcare spending accounting for over almost 20% of US GDP in 2020. We break down the industry various sectors and recent trends, hoping to reduce costs while improving care. The global healthcare market will reach 665.37 billion in 2028, according to verified market research. US national healthcare expenditure reached 4.1 trillion in 2020, or a sloppy $2,500 per person. It is estimated to reach 6.2 trillion by 2028 for the Centers for Medicare and Medical Services. So US healthcare is more expensive than most countries. According to the Commonwealth Fund, the US spent nearly 17% of GDP on healthcare in 2018. Switzerland was the second highest ranking country, spending 12.2%. Most surprisingly, New Zealand and Australia devote only 9.3%, half as much as the US. Deloitte estimates the US health spending will balloon from 2020's 4 trillion estimate to 8.3 trillion by 2040. Main driver of these costs in healthcare companies, adoption of emerging health-focused technology. We estimated US healthcare providers and facilities spent 11.4 billion on cloud-based technology in 2020, up 33% from 2019, when they spent 8.55 billion. Cloud-based technologies. That is interesting.
So,
yeah?
I mean, sorry, I haven't really talked. You were just continuing.
Yeah, sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm trying too hard anyway. No, but yeah, what the point I'm trying to make here is that
I can hear you. I'm closing the window. Hold on.
Yeah, that you're seeing here in this article is just that the entire healthcare market is growing, right? So it will continue to grow in the coming decades within a population worldwide that is aging. I think the average age in the entire planet is going up. So the amount of money that's involved in healthcare is only going to grow, and that makes it a really interesting vertical for us. And I think the most important vertical. There is so much money in this space, and sure, this is just an example of the US, but this is a global trend, and All countries across the world will have to deal with these issues sooner or later, depending on their demography. So, yeah, are we going to work with paper and then that you have to kind of, well, get your stash of papers and then go find your own doctor? Or do we want a system where everything is stored safely in your digital identity, so that you can go to any hospital and they immediately know what's up? Well, it's still being cryptographically secured, so nobody can enter it except yourself.
That's where the problems arise and the FUD begins, because the story I just told you guys from my transition from military to civilian life, most of you have no clue whatsoever. Most of you guys don't know what the rules, regulations, and all the difficulties of these things are, and you don't have to. But what's going on right now is there's no transparency. I told you this, but nobody knew, because whenever you reach out to your doctor, kind of depending on where you live, and you go to a different hospital or whatever, by the time you get there, usually your data will be transferred, because there are waiting lists, and by the time you can make an appointment, that magically all your stuff is there. You have no idea what's going on in the background, how many trees are being murdered, and how many mistakes are being made. But if you have an appointment the same day, your data will not be there, because they cannot legally simply send that by email. So that's when you start to learn. But what happens now is you get the option with this self-sovereign identity stuff and you owning your data, and then it becomes apparent to everybody how much data you have generated in your life. I mean, I have not been injured a lot when I was in the military. I did not have a very rich medical history. When I left the doctor, I was like, oh, that's going to be a pre-package of data. It's like, no, man, you have barely even scratched the average of visits to the doctor and stuff. And I already had a packet like 10 centimeters thick. Obviously, I generated that in over 12 years. But there's so much data that we create and generate, and that represents us. And you're going to be confronted with that when you have the right to decide what is to be used or seen by somebody and what's not. And that's what I said, where the FUD begins, because then people understand, okay, so I have to decide for all these things myself. Same with organ donor. How many people struggle simply to make a decision on that? And people do not see the cryptography. They just see the internet, and they know how everything that they put on the internet never goes off the internet. So it is really hard to help people to understand and distinguish of what is actually going on, because everything is actually becoming better and safer and yes, more transparent if you want to, but also more secure. But because people didn't know how it went in the past, and now they see what is actually going on and given the choice, the people are paralyzed. And that's where the FUD begins. It's the same with the digital passports and with the fingerprints and with the retina scans. People don't understand. Why do they need all that information? And it's, yeah, maybe they're right. And maybe I'm just gullible. I don't know. I can only see upside on all of this. And I can obviously see also the downside and the risk for leaks and problems. But that happens now regardless. Only now you do not know, because you cannot follow
your own data.
Yeah, exactly. And I gave the example of going to Turkey and get a how do you call that? A throat infection or whatever. Try and get your medical data there and try and bring it with you when you go back. good luck. They'll fucking keep your passport until you pay, which is obviously ridiculous. And that can all be prevented and solved. But yeah, it will take a lot of time and a lot of interoperability.
In order to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure. It's especially with the security. I mean, there's less security for your money and for all your other shit that you have accounts for than your medical, and yet people take it for granted all the time.
Yep. Shall we?
Yeah, cloud. They were talking about cloud.
Oh, we're still in the cloud.
Oh, there was a nice little bridge there, because that article. This is pretty page, by the way, because here they.
I cannot hear you at the moment. There's oh, now you're back. I should have told that friendly, right? You told me I cannot hear you.
I cannot hear you. Now, we estimate that the US healthcare providers and facilities spend 11.36 billion on cloud-based technology in 2020, up 33% from 2019, when they spent 8.5 billion. So cloud. In the cloud, everything is obviously accessible to everybody that has access. What is going on with? Oh, I hate the zoom bar, guys. Whenever I scroll down with my mouse, then this bar comes down. It's really annoying. Cloud. So we all know Oracle, second biggest software provider in the world. They hail Quant for their interoperability solution. They certified Overledger for providing interoperability for their Oracle blockchain platform, and Oracle have recently acquired Cerner. At the risk of beating a dead horse, here we go. Oracle buys Cerner. The press release: Austin, Texas, and Kansas City, Missouri, December 20th, 2021.
Yeah.
Oracle.
We know Oracle bought Cerner, right? Is it really necessary to go through all of it?
No. For an approximate 28.3 billion. Quote, working together, Cerner and Oracle have the capacity to transform healthcare delivery by providing medical professionals with better information, enabling them to make better treatment decisions, resulting in better patient outcomes, said Larry Ellison, Chairman and Chief Technology Officer at Oracle. Quote, with this acquisition, Oracle's corporate mission expands to assume the responsibility to provide our overworked medical professionals with a new generation of easier-to-use digital tools that enable access to information via a hands-free voice interface to secure cloud applications. This new generation of medical information systems promises to lower the administrative workload burdening our medical professionals, improve patient privacy and outcomes, and lower overall healthcare costs. That's the was that the trifecta of innovation? Lower cost, better outcomes, better privacy, and lower workload. So we expect this acquisition to be immediately accretive to Oracle's earnings. Now, this is going to be really annoying and boring, but Oracle, Cerner, cloud. Simba, working with the US medical stuff, also cloud. Extra money been going into cloud since 2020. There's a lot going on. And cloud gives Quant a lot of clout with a T. Lara, we made Instagram post on Lara Verdian.
Yeah.
Last week. Lara
we can I can show you.
Rip it up. Yeah, I don't have Instagram, but you can definitely do that. Lara Verdian has a very rich CV. She has 2 masters, and she has a lot of experience in the medical field. Obviously, she's very well connected there. And that experience, also Gilbert, by the way, New South Wales. Tim is clicking away all the privacy stuff that is iMac is throwing on the
No,
screen.
it's not. It is Zoom actually
Oh.
throwing all kinds of bars at me.
It doesn't do that on my end, does it?
I don't know, but you are the one recording the screen, and I guess when I
Yeah, that's
share it, it's going to be different anyway.
yeah. So what we see here is meet Laraverdian. Do you want to take this on, Tim, or am I?
Yeah, well, at least we made a post on Larry Verdi and Gilbert's wife, and oh, I love this. I love this comment, by the way. It says nepotism 101. Amazing. She just got the job because she is Gilbert's wife, right?
Oh yeah, that's what
Yeah.
nepotism means. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving jobs to your
She has
friends. And,
she has 2 masters. She has more than 20 years of experience in the field. Nepotism. Yeah, she probably sucked dicks to get up in the ranks. Get the fuck out of here, idiots.
Yeah. Okay. So she has a master of science in international health policy. Health economics from the LSE, London School of Economics. Then she has a master of business administration from the University of Technology, Sydney. That's the same uni that Gilbert also went to.
Yeah.
Then she has a graduate certificate in I had to Google this one, pharmacoeconomics from Monash Uni. And she has a bachelor, she started her career, at least her academic career, at the University of Sydney in pharmacy and pharmaceutics. So yeah, that's clear.
Honors?
Yeah, that's with honors. So she did pretty well.
And pharmaceutics, yeah. Yeah, so she's not just a pretty face. Let's pull up her resume or whatever she did. Her history.
So she started at Janssen. It's the big pharmaceutical company we also know from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Medical information associate from 2001 until 2003. Then she continued her career at Pfizer as medical affairs consultant. And then she went to ISI, I think. And then there's a lot of text, but she did all kinds of different roles there. ISI, I'm not sure what company that is. Let's Google it real quick. ISI is a Japanese pharmaceutical company headquartered in Tokyo. It's around 10,000 employees, of which 1,500 are committed to research. It's noted on the Tokyo Stock Exchange and is part of the Topics 100 in Nikkei Index. That's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, and now Zoom doesn't let me. Gotta love the bars Zoom throws at me. So that's where she started her career. Pretty small companies. Then she actually went to Actelion as head of market access. Oh, and excuse the typo. We changed everything, and then I was in Greece. I was drinking Mythos and posting this stuff, and I still messed up. Apologies for that. Actelion. I don't know what Actelion is. Let's Google that real quick. Actelion. We are ill-informed, so I don't know. I didn't do my research. Actelion is a pharmaceutical and biotechnological company established in December 1997, headquartered in Allschwil, near Basel, Switzerland. Actelion focuses on the production of medicines for curing rare diseases and what the hell are Veesiekte? That's like
orphan sicknesses.
Orphan sicknesses? I don't know what that is. Sounds pretty scary. Anyway, then she continued her career at Deloitte, another small company, as a director of access economics. She continued then. Yeah, then she actually went to GlaxoSmithKline, another small fish. So director of global market access, and then she continued at Intercept Pharmaceuticals as a head of international market access. Yeah, that's clear nepotism.
At least you were consistent with the single S.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's both my fault.
Didn't check.
So we kind of didn't check. No, it's clear nepotism, as you can see, and I think that's really nice that Gilbert is just giving these jobs to his family members, to his members of the Armenian scam, because that is what it's all about, right? It's the big Armenian diaspora that's behind this scam of a company. So I gotta love it, gotta appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice. Good. Let's move on to
Yeah,
something
let's
else. I'm kind
see.
of bored with healthcare, to be fair.
You asked about, oh man, I'm yawning my face off. Let's see. So you asked about
Median
list of
age.
countries by median age. So what you see here is the median age in Canada and Europe on average is above 45. If you go to North America, the average age is about, it's a bit difficult to see, but it's like 40 to 45. Russia average age 35 to 40. So that's what you're looking at.
45. Older than 45. Europe is screwed, demographically speaking.
Yeah,
That's pretty bad.
for now. For now. It's the median age, right? That's not the average age.
That's true. That's true.
It's this is bound to shift in the next 10 years. It's interesting. We were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger in a different chat, and somebody said, "Yeah, let's if there's ever going to be a movie about Gilbert Verdian, then Arnold Schwarzenegger should play Gilbert Verdian." I'm like, dude, Arnie is born in 1945, so that means he'll be 91-ish, 92-ish by the time that they were like, okay, then we need that movie.
Could you do his accent for a bit and talk about Overledger? Could you do that?
Talking about Overledger, Arnie will be representing.
All the banks.
Let's see. Quant, Martin Hargreaves, our blockchain payments, like faster BACs with a difference. Our payments infrastructure works pretty well. No, now it's becoming a sort of a Jamaican. No, I can't. Anyway,
It's a Jamaican or Arnie. I love it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Anyway,
move on to payment experts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the payment expert article on August the 10th, 2022, Joe Streeter wrote, link is obviously in the description. Martin Hargreaves, Quant's CPO, Chief Product Officer, writes on how he believes payment systems will shift from using traditional ledger technology to embrace blockchain systems. Our payments infrastructure works pretty well within the UK. The majority of monetary transactions are cashless and frictionless. We use digitized bank cards and digital wallets to pay merchants and other people. In domestic transactions, money is quickly credited to personal bank accounts and funds are efficiently batched and paid to business bank accounts. The resulting system is generally fast, user-friendly, and nearly seamless. I love the words like nearly, generally, etc., because that is the truth. Our monetary ecosystem is set to improve further as emerging blockchain technology goes mainstream. Whilst many countries will retain much of their existing payment systems, change is indeed afoot. Some statistics. Today, 105 countries, including the US and the UK, are considering CBDC implementations as of July 2022. In a harbinger of things to come, China is piloting a CBDC and 261 million people, a fifth of the country's population, have downloaded its digital yuan wallet and have used it for transactions worth 13.8 billion pounds or 87.5 billion yuan. Yeah, so traditional payment systems equal friction and delay. The reason so many governments are exploring CBDCs is clear. Whilst our current payment system delivers significant benefits, it has a severe limitation in the form of traditional ledger architecture. On ledgers, monetary transactions are represented rather than actualized. Transactions need to be settled between banks in a central ledger operated by the central bank. This takes time. Central clearinghouses for each payment system act as an intermediary, making the process even more complex with cross-border payments. This means international payments are often delayed. They may involve multiple time zones, regulations, and payment systems. Payments in many countries take 2 to 3 days to post and are costly, while consumers have little transparency over the process. And they refer to an article that I just opened. And it reads, collaboration will be key to the future of payments. New OMFIF report reveals. I'll put this in the description, and if it's interesting, we'll go on about this maybe in the next episode. So yeah, these are all the usual problems that occur with the payments, stuff being just expensive and slow. We've been on and on about that as well. Gilbert, mate, it is time for some more innovation. Maybe gateways. We need some other things to talk about to the people. Thank you. Blockchain-based payments offer the promise of more streamlined, secure, and efficient payments using DLTs. Furthermore, this new infrastructure could level the playing field and stimulate competition and growth across the paytech sector. Once a DLT is established, creating a new payment instrument is something that any system participant can do with ease. Banks, institutions, or enterprises will be able to deploy highly secure smart contracts that function as quote-unquote programmable money to be accessed and processed by specific predetermined parties. The result is like a faster, more efficient BACS infrastructure with one key difference. The network only needs to be built once. Participants could continue to innovate and create new services and payment types for years to come without relying on networks, rails, or services such as SWIFT, Visa, or faster payments, or sorry, I scrolled too fast. I lost the, to centralize or aggregate transactions. New systems are being built, and this is interesting. That's why I'm continuing reading this. It is now possible to develop wholesale stablecoin solutions with enterprise banking account management and payment controls. This will enable banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions to quote-unquote plug in to a DLT with consumer and business accounts that meet regulatory and compliance requirements. An example of this is
LACchain. Yay!
A public-private alliance led by the Inter-American Development Bank, which aims to develop a pan-regional blockchain to foster financial inclusion and sustainability, as well as create new efficiencies through digitization. This alliance will facilitate cross-border payments in the Latin America and Caribbean regions using tokenized currency. Blockchain-based payments offer developing and emerging markets the potential to quote-unquote leapfrog traditional payments architecture. Moreover, by using blockchain and smart contracts, these economies can drive consumer demand and adoption to set the pace for the G7 economies to follow. And this is so important. It's just a matter of time before blockchain payments become ubiquitous. It is the technology of the near future, but it is here now. So this bit, the leapfrogging for the developing countries, let's call them quote-unquote developing. I mean, South America is kind of developing, but not really. I don't know. I don't know. But still, what they say is by using blockchain and smart contracts, these economies can drive consumer demand and adoption to set the pace for the G7 economies to follow. And this is why LACchain is going to be so important. And we alluded to this a little bit in the previous episode. And I just want to underpin this again. The whole world is looking at South America. And some people may laugh. But LACchain is going to be really important. They are going with 12 countries, not just fucking China with a dictatorial leader who could just say, okay, we're going to do it like this. No, this is 12 countries agreeing that they want the same infrastructure and they want to collaborate. Quant is in the thick of it. It's in their base infrastructure. They are indispensable for this. And they also decided, because the euro is so trash and so shit, that they're going to do the same in South America in a way, but then they're going to call it the Latin American CBDC digital Latin American dollar. 2023 is the Latin American dollar coming, the CBDC, as per Gilbert Verdi and some articles. But LACchain is already live. Everything is happening already. And obviously, and a lot of people seem to misunderstand, if something is live and something is running, doesn't mean that it is done. A network is never done. That's why it's a network. A network is always growing, it's always evolving. And in the beginning, it is always bare bones. It is always a work in progress. Nobody can argue that cars exist right now and that electric cars exist. So cars and electric cars are live. Is this their final form? Hell no, of course not. It's been a work in progress for the last 70 years, or maybe even almost 100.
Yeah, it's disruption versus incremental change, right? So like the disruption is, well, the emergence of DLT, well, once the network is established, we'll just get these incremental updates every now and then. Until we hit a new kind of product which disrupts everything and then it gets incrementally.
Exactly.
Classic economic story.
Exactly. So all eyes on LACchain. Yeah, their mainnet is live. Transactions are going. You saw that in the last episode. I'll pull up the dashboard in a bit. But this is really important to understand, because LACchain is not just some novelty intranet kind of thing. They are actually working with the zero knowledge proofs, with the digital identities, the verifiable credentials. These things just keep popping up left and right. And we only, well, just about only show you the ones that are linked with Quant. But the entire space is buzzing. The entire crypto space, but not only the crypto space, but just general economic stuff and so on, is buzzing with identity. Identity is the thing to solve, as we said 10,000 times before. And they are now implementing that at scale. And how is this different? If you want identity to be solved, and you can take China. In China, it's pretty easy because they have one passport. If people have passports at all, I don't know. But you can just coerce everybody to do whatever the hell you want, and just work with that. But if you have 12 countries, everything needs to interoperate. Everything needs to work together. And if they can make this all a reality, and they can make it work with the ease of the traveling that we have, for instance, in the case of traveling in the Western world, and everything is digitized, that's fucking great. And the same with payments. If they can show consistent, practically zero downtime and near instant payments with practically zero costs through LACchain and gateways, then there is nearly no reason for the G7 countries in this example to just copy paste and add on what they want to add on. Because if the foundation is there, if you have the idea of a self-carrying body for a car, and you know that you want inflatable tires or whatever, and a combustion engine, then it's just a matter of how many cylinders do you want. Do you want windows? Do you want an open top? What do you want? And you can just add that on. But if the concept is proven, if the concept is safe, and it all works, and it works well, then it can go really quickly, I think. And you can see with EPSI and all the other networks that there's already a lot of interest.
What I find interesting, and sure, all points you make here are valid, is that it now literally comes from themselves. And we have pointed this out many times before. If you scroll down all the episodes, you see us talking about this. in a half year we've been talking to you at this point. I think we first aired on the 10th of February. Now it's the 11th of August. So 6 months of Quamfy Show for you. We told the story every single week. And now it comes from the team itself saying, hey, what's happening in South America is a perfect test case. In their words, what's going to happen everywhere? It's going to happen in Europe too. Yeah. That's what I found striking. And sure, your points are valid, and we repeat stuff because people seem not to get it. It's ridiculous.
But it's difficult. It's difficult because crypto is mostly about. We had it with the show. We had Nico on the show, the Dutch show, 2 days ago, and he also had difficulty understanding the difference between the Latin American CBDC and LACchain. Yeah. And that is not per se his fault, but it's just generally the crypto mindset is everything is money, because I invest my money, I'm here to make money, so everything is money. So much more going on, and the Latin American dollar is just going to be another part of LACchain. It's just going to be another layer, another option. I'm not sure if it's going to be the end all be all. I do not think so. I don't think that the CBDCs that we hear so much about are going to be the only way to pay. And I think people also need to understand this, that even when CBDCs get implemented within the next 3 to 5 years, I don't see that it's going to take longer than 5 years, to be honest. All the payment systems that we have right now, in a way, will still work. Yeah, there's this fun going on that the 20 and 50 pound paper bills in the UK cannot be used anymore after July 22nd, September 22nd, God knows when. And that's being used as fun. See, they're taking our cash away. No, you dipstick. They just created new bills that are no longer made of paper, but they're made of plastic. That's why you see paper bills are no longer accepted. It's because they're moving to plastic. Yeah, cash is not necessarily gonna go away when CBDCs come. I think quite the opposite. I think you need both. I think you still need your bank account. Well, I don't need to think. It's being said over and over again. It's not either or it is. You get both. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Hey, enough about CBDCs and money.
What do you want to talk about, Tim?
Huh?
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, really. I did LCX. 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 They.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that is something we should cover because out of the blue.
Bring it up. Yeah. Bringing it up. You want to hit it?
Better than the rest. LCX.
I cannot make this bigger. Where did it go here? Is this readable?
Yeah. So for a bit of your context, Monty Metzger, Metzger, the CEO of LCX, the Liechtenstein cryptocurrencies exchange, I guess, digital assets exchange. However. Well, they did an AMA yesterday or the day before. I think yesterday. Yesterday, okay. And they suddenly name dropped Quant again, and I think it's interesting stuff because it gives us a little insight into well, one of the partnerships that Quant has. So bring it up, Jarno.
Yeah. So what you see here is LCX has listed QNT on LCX regulated cryptocurrency exchange. This was the first step. So that happened like 1.5 years ago, something like that. But recently, LCX has started to set up the details to become a network gateway at the Overledger network, but also Quant will integrate LCX within the Overledger network as a key partner. And in addition, we do share R&D results, research and development results, collaborate and explore technical and high-level issues among LCX management and the Quant management team, especially evaluating CBDC exchange settlement. Pretty fucking interesting. It is not only a simple partnership. Quant chose LCX to expand their ecosystem with our infrastructure and with LCX regulatory framework. Gilbert Verdian, founder and CEO of Quant, said, We aim to utilize this partnership with LCX to demonstrate the immense value of interoperability for the financial services sector. We'll combine and interconnect different blockchains to unlock value for our users and provide additional value to the fast-growing LCX ecosystem, end quote. So what stuck out to me is that they exchange notes. Yeah, so in addition, we do share R&D results, collaborate and explore technical and high-level issues among LCX management and the quant management team, especially evaluating CBDC exchange settlement. I think that's really cool. I think that's really important. I think this, to me, this says enough, a lot, especially since it is fresh. This is from yesterday. So that was the 10th of August in 2022 for the people from the future. Key partner, interesting. Nice quote from Gilbert. Yeah, interesting. And this is also good. And obviously they would say this, but it's not simply a partnership. Quant chose LCX to expand their ecosystem with our infrastructure because LCX apparently has that. I don't know, Tim?
Sorry.
What do you know about the LCX ecosystem?
I know barely anything about the LCX ecosystem. I'm very sorry.
Apparently their exchange is not all that great.
No, I think it's kind of thing that is in the works, LCX. I do know that they are a World Economic Forum partner. So Klaus Schwab is sehr content with keeping your money. Yeah, very good.
Super toll. Also.
Give me your bank account. Bank account details. Ja, sehr gut. Ja. Eat the bugs.
Digital asset revolution.
Oh,
the future will be tokenized. LCX is a regulated trading venue. Offering a range of digital currencies. Join our compliant token sales. Get access to new and fast-growing tokens first. So what they also
the bugs.
I would. Oh, ecosystem partners.
You are not gonna be happy. Sorry.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So partners. Quant, Chainlink, Icon, Polkadot, Coinbase, Hedera, Hashgraph, Celo. You all partners in ecosystems. Let's see. Oh, infrastructure for Monerium.
Oh yeah.
Chainlink, Hedera, Parity.
No, in general, like LCX is decent. I just heard that their trading terminal is not that great. Oh, and they do have that fantastic commercial though. Did you see it? Like the bullish beats from LCX, like better than the rest. Like, did you see it? It's kind of a meme. And that is what worries me about LCX. It's kind of a meme exchange, while also being partners with the World Economic Forum.
Your guide to diamond investing?
No, like a bullish beat by LCX. They made
bullish beat?
Bullish beat. Not polish beat, but bullish, as in bearish and bullish.
Oh, bullish.
Bullish beat, yeah. Better than the rest.
2 minutes.
Yeah, we can just show them. Is this copyrighted?
Probably.
I don't hear anything.
Connected with your free account all on one platform. We gon' help that cash flow like a river. Disrupt, innovate, and deliver. LCX. Oh yeah, they the best. Disrupt and
okay. So this is yeah.
This is LCX. This is the World Economic Forum partner. Better than the rest.
I'll leave this in the description. Yeah, it is on their website, on their YouTube channel. Well, Bitcoin started to grow in value early November. Okay. And many dancers started to send us their videos dancing to LCX song. Now Bitcoin reached new all-time high, November 30th, 2020. We are releasing the full song. Song is available at TikTok. Simply search for LCX or Bullish Beat and you'll find it.
You did know about this, right?
No.
I hope it. You didn't?
No.
Oh man.
No, I had no clue.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. It's better than the rest. Bullish beat. Pretty nice. Okay, next topic. We didn't reply to our email. Or did we already address this last week?
No.
Because we sent the team an email some weeks ago.
Yes.
And actually the saga continued. And we did get a reply.
Yes.
I don't think we showed that on the show yet.
Yes. I'm looking it up.
Email.
Yeah. Because I'm also looking at what is in the emails beyond that. Hold on. Team, love the new website, the challenge. Let's see, please type your request. Yeah, because we got a response to all our emails. We also got a response to the one with the Carlo Calista emails. We also got a response to that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it got buried in our overflowing email box with all the special offers.
Or fan mail. And haters.
Yeah.
No, you guys are jealous.
Let's see. Yeah, so I'm putting this on the screen in a bit. So the first response we got on July 14th was thank you for contacting. We appreciate you catching the typo of modified the website. Questions have been forwarded. Yeah, because I also shared some of my phone data, so I don't want to share this on the screenshot. Thank you for correcting. Thank you for questions. Found a readability issue that I passed on to them. Hello, thank you again. Sent a bug report to the team. As for your questions, please read the statement below. So we have, this is Quant, customer support. We have rationalized our channels to make our website a single source of information about Quant. The QNT token continues to be in use as a form of payment for Quant services, most notably as a way for Overledger users to pay their annual license fee, as detailed here, and to pay for sending transactions. Every developer and customer has to purchase a license and can also pay for transactions in QNT. Because of how they manage their processes internally, we allow large enterprise clients to pay in pounds sterling, and we handle their QNT. Let's see. Was there more? We'll update you soon. I'm sorry, I'm struggling always with the
It's fine.
Gmail layout.
Yeah. I mean, mail layouts can become very tricky, especially when mails start to follow up. Then it becomes a mess. You never know which. Yeah. Especially you're sending these questions to Zendesk, so you also get the Gmail interface and then the Zendesk interface on top of it, which is a mess.
The email that I sent about the Carlo stuff, Carlo Calista, I sent from my personal email. So I'm not going to share a screenshot of that. The rest you have seen before. I asked in a mail, dear Madam Sir, I have a question about the current status of the token utility, remote connected gateways, and the removed documents. In the attached document, I asked questions about the token utility model, remote connected gateway progress, and the document and video removal. I added screenshots from Telegram and the email thread that is in my possession. Looking forward to your response. So they got back to me. Thank you for contacting Quant Support. Support channel is used to assist users on technical issues and not really the proper medium to respond to your inquiry. Please see the statement below. And then the same response. We have rationalized our channels to make our website the single source of information. The QNT token continues to be in use as a form of payment. Click here. They even made the same typo here as in the other response. But yeah, that kind of covered whatever you think that it covered. And
Yeah, and that is in line with what Gilbert said.
yes, it's close enough. And then they posted a link in the email thread, and that led here, December 10th, 2021, introduction of Overledger license fee by Martin Hargreaves. This is what they refer to as their single source of information. So that also answers the question to me, will the medium documents return? No. Will the videos return? Probably not. This year, we've introduced significant enhancements such as expanded API, updated enterprise. I'll put this in the description. Support for 12 languages. We've seen this before and before. This is what they refer to. It's kind of shit because it doesn't state, in my opinion, it doesn't answer the questions that we wanted answers, but that's okay. Boss and I have been fiddling with Overledger, and I'm gonna lift a tip of the veil, but Overledger public mainnet works. Boss and I, Boss, friend of the show, he loves digging into these things. He's more patient with coding than I am. We combined our brains and efforts and time, and we managed to get onto Overledger main, public, and send transactions, which is really cool. We sent some way, so that's like ETH gas around to some addresses, and those things were successful. So we know for a fact that Overledger works because I have a mainnet license, which I paid for in QNT. And we made a transaction and we have logged that information. But that's what I want to share about this for now. And there's more on this coming in the future. But it's all real. It all works. And we even dropped an Easter egg through Overledger for the team. If anybody can find it, I'll give a wee little bit of hints, but another one. Look at the wallets. Let me know if any of you can find something in the wallets, and we'll think of a really nice reward if you can.
Yeah, we dropped a little Easter egg.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And you're gonna get the details when we're with Boss. That will be a couple of weeks at least, so you guys have time to do your digging.
Yep.
And on that bombshell, I think I'm done. I think you're done as well.
I think we are done, except for one thing.
Oh, did you ask questions?
I did not, but we skipped over Overledger 2.2.12. I think
we know
that dropped last Friday or Thursday, somewhere like. Huh?
No.
Oh.
Did we?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was a nodding burger, but it might be nice to still. Yeah, I mean, I was in Greece. I was not bad. I was super hungover Friday. That's kind of the story. It's good fun.
Overledger 2.2.12, also known as 12, makes NFTs easy by Peter Marirosans. I'm sorry for butchering that. The release introduces QRC 721 tokens to our Overledger tokenized API. Overledger now provides users the ability to create QRC 721 non-fungible tokens and deploy them onto the Ethereum, Polygon, and XDC main nets. This newest QRC token type is introduced along with the existing QRC20 fungible tokens, which can be used for payments as well as function as stablecoins. Overledger Tokenize, one of our premium APIs, enables even those with little to no development experience to create, deploy, and manage the next generation of secure interoperable tokens and digital assets on supported networks. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was one sentence. Users can interact with tokenized through our easy-to-use UI, Quant Connect, to deploy and view their tokens. Once deployed, MDApps can call various functions to read data and initiate transactions to interact with the token via the QRC smart contract. Link is in the description. Go and check it out. You can find more on Overledger Tokenize in the full release notes. And that is for you to DIOR, if you please. Well,
yeah, because we don't know. We are completely ill-informed. We have no clue. We don't know what Tokenize is. Good.
Actually considering during the episode to put on my wife beater. If you know what a wife beater is, if you made it this far into the show, leave a comment. Thank you.
Yes. Good. Well, thanks at least, Jarno, again.
You too, dude, for being here. Freaking travel day, man.
I'm toast. I messaged you this morning on Telegram, and it was completely windy. There were cars going past me at the airport. 6:55 Dutch time, pretty early. Yeah, I did enjoy your last episode together with Miko in Dutch. That was really fun to listen to. I haven't watched it. I listened on Spotify.
Thank you.
Could obviously pick any streaming service, but yeah, I went for Spotify. And well, it was a very enjoyable listen. And
what streaming services are we on, Tim? Do share.
I mean, no, well, it was just a really informative listen, and it's always good to kind of get some new perspectives into it. I really loved the part where Miko was talking about his crypto ventures. So yeah, there was some kind of monkey, and I just got into it, and then we asked for the developers, and then they just dropped some pictures. And then we Googled the pictures, and it turned out to be stock images. And the next day, my money was gone. I remember that story. That was pretty cool.
Dude, for him. That was savage.
Yeah, I tried to dodge my taxes, and then suddenly the taxman was on the door, and I had to pay 20K.
No, it was seen it all.
It was a very good listen, also a kind of wholesome listen with its plans in Sarajevo.
Yeah.
No, it was really cool, and also just to have kind of a perspective on what people who are actually pretty well informed in the community still don't grasp all the time what is happening. Just gives us a very good picture of kind of where we need to focus on. And you addressed that point, and you also made it clear here. People think of crypto as something where it's all about money. No, it's all about data, moving data from A to B.
No.
That's what it's all about. And when people think of crypto as XRP or Bitcoin, where it's about money, that was also a very interesting thing, I thought, at least. And yeah, it was a good listen. And
thanks.
Next week.
Next week, we're going to have the banker on the show.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about money once again.
Yeah, I'm going to try to be as sober as is Scottishly possible. It's going to be fun. For sure. We're going to dive into the legacy payment system with the MasterCard thingamadoos, and the man knows what he's talking about. Thank you so much for watching, listening, engaging, and we'll see you next week. Stay quamfy.